Hey people of light and fire, I'm Jason Danino Holt. This is The Tube and that's what's on tonight. The perfect way to not feel guilty about your pet, the first NSA-proof smartphone, 3D printing, the next step, and a super hush-hush kind of app that you're just gonna love. But let's start with Kim.com. We've been waiting for Kim.com, the big bad boy of the tech world, to do something extraordinary. But since he's been focusing all of his powers at his latest venture, Mega, he's been quiet. Until now. Kim.com has announced he is launching a political party in his adopted home of New Zealand to contest the country's general election this year. The internet entrepreneur says he is founding and funding the party, but will not be a candidate. Born Kim Schmidt in Germany, the 39-year-old is a New Zealand resident but not a citizen and cannot be a candidate under New Zealand law. .com said he would launch the party on Monday, the second anniversary of the police raid on his mansion near Auckland when he got arrested, following the shutdown of Mega Upload, the popular file-sharing site he founded. Since then, he's been planning a revenge. Well, it's best served cold. Okay, we are so concerned about the NSA here at the show that we had to tell you about the device that might put to rest all of our fears. Meet the Black Phone, the phone that will focus on not being spied on by intelligence agencies. Black Phone runs a modified version of the Android operating system called Private OS. The phone's creators describes it as security-oriented. Black Phone's website says the phone will come preloaded with the tools you need to take ownership of your mobile presence and digital footprints and ensure nobody can watch you without your knowledge. End quote. Here's a bit of the promo.
The time has come. Data and humans have become one. Technology was supposed to make our lives better. Instead, we have lost our privacy. We have become enslaved. Now it's time for a change.
Black Phone, it's a journey built upon privacy, control, and security, wrapped in a high-end smartphone built by a very innovative all-star team of cryptographers, security, and mobile innovators.
The number one priority in creating Black Phone is to uphold the objectives of privacy.
Some of the features Black Phone claims to have include secure phone calls, text and video chats, secure file storage, private browsing, and a virtual private network to make users' activity anonymous. Privacy at last! With us via Skype to assess this new development is the most excellent Omer Kabir, Kalkalist Tech correspondent. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Jason.
So, has it come to this? Now we need a special smartphone to ensure we're not being spied on?
Well, it appears so. Since the media started publishing the document Edward Snowden leak, a lot of people have been amazed at how reaching the probing of the NSA, the spying, and it's been really surprising the places they can get to, the information they have access to, and it appears we need new devices to combat this spying by the government agency.
But is there a market for such a phone?
I think it's a very niche market, but it's a very dedicated market. People who are concerned about their privacy, not necessarily because they have something to hide, just because they don't want other people, other government agency, or even a private corporation to spy on them. They will be willing to spend the money to get this sort of assurance that no one will be able to reach the data. Small market, but the dedicated one, it can work on some level.
Okay, so can the Black Phone change the market, or maybe just our perception of privacy?
I don't think it will change the market. I don't think they have the resources to compete with Apple and with Samsung and with the other tech giants. It will mainly go to the niche people, the one who want this sort of security, this sort of privacy. maybe it can affect the bigger companies by making them add more secure features, more private features to their phone, but it's a wait and see sort of thing.
You know, it seems to me that the European tech companies are using the NSA story to attack the American industry. Can they succeed?
It's not a European tech company only. It's like even governments, a lot of companies, a lot of entities right now are trying to capitalize on the NSA scandal. Just last week, we read that the Canadian government is reaching to companies like Google and Facebook and telling them, move your data centers to Canada where they can be safe from the NSA. SAP, the German software company, just reported a 2,000% increase in the cloud business over last year, partly as a result of the NSA scandal. DuckDuckGo, it's an American search engine, but unlike Google, it doesn't store any private data. It doesn't have your IP address, your identity, nothing. Is reported an increase, a 100% increase in its searches since the scandal broke. A lot of companies are capitalizing on this, and for me, it's good because there are now more options and more private and secure options.
Yeah, but if the NSA wants to crack your phone, even if it's a black phone, it can.
Well, I'm not sure it can. NSA did a lot of things that helped it crack encryption. They worked with companies and implemented backdoors or faulty algorithms, but devices or software developed independently of the NSA, which use strong encryption, are relatively secure from their spine. They can't crack encryption yet unless there's some fault in the implementing of the encryption.
Okay, thank you very much, Omer.
Thank you.
And now for pet owners. One of the hardest things for you pet owners is being out of the house for a long time and leaving your pet at home. Now a team of young Canadians and Israelis hope to ensure that during a long day at work or even a vacation abroad, pet owners can stay virtually connected to their furry friends. The developers of an electronic toy and mobile application control system called Pauli won the grand prize on Thursday of the Global Startup Battle, an initiative sponsored by Google. The goal of the system, according to its designer, is to take the guilt away from leaving your pet at home. Check it.
I love my dog, but I'm away 9 hours every day and I feel so guilty when I leave. When I'm at work, I worry about my dog and I miss her. But it doesn't have to be this way. Meet Polly, an electronic toy that I can control from anywhere. Using the app, I am able to control Polly and play with my pet while I'm at work. I can even take photos and videos and share them with my friends. We've designed Polly to withstand anything your pet puts it through. Its wheels always touch the floor so it can move. A modular rubber case protects the electronics. Polly can move, record, and even dispense treats. Our team came together with one clear mission: to make the experience of having a pet better. Polly provides you with an opportunity to interact with your pets in a new and innovative way. So sign up now and get updates on our crowdfunding campaign and be the first to take advantage of early bird pricing. So leaving your pet at home doesn't have to be a struggle.
Pauli enables you to play with your flesh and fur dog remotely by using your cell phone to pilot a Wi-Fi enabled robot that can take pictures and dispense treats, even when you're at work. Such an adorable way to lose your job. And now, we always talk about how 3D printing is the near future, but it has yet to reach the regular consumer. Well, now 3D printing is taking a step to that direction. Adobe just updated Photoshop with an added 3D printing tool. It's meant to make it easy for anyone to take a model, put some finishing touches on it, and, well, get it printed. Users won't have to worry about their model falling apart because Photoshop will automatically generate temporary supports beneath and around their model to make sure that it doesn't collapse during printing. It's also partnering with MakerBot, whose amazing 3D printer you just saw on screen right now, so that Photoshop can automatically generate previews of how a model will look when it's made. 3D printing for the masses is here. I want to print me alive. Yes, I do. Okay, a lot of times you feel that you can write something you really want on Facebook. You just can't. So now there's a new social network app for posting things you don't want anyone to know you wrote. Meet Whisper, an app for anonymously sharing secrets with a picture and an overlaid text. The app, already immensely popular among high schools and college students across the US, is quickly becoming one of the most interesting social networks around. Users can view popular whispers with a common keyword, or whispers posted from a nearby location. Every whisper is anonymous. How big is Whisper? Well, according to the company, it gets more than 3 billion page views per month. That's much more than LinkedIn, WordPress, and Upworthy combined. A great article about it was published on New York Magazine yesterday. We'll put a link to our Tumblr, the G24. And now for something amazing from the world of Kickstarter projects. Meet Dust Cloud. It's like laser tag, but in real life. The game uses small, gun-shaped dusters that have LEDs registering hits and damages taken. Dust Cloud uses Bluetooth to tie the dusters to the game's iOS and Android apps. Your smartphone can find other Dust Clouds players in your vicinity, and you can challenge them to an old-fashioned duel. The game was tested in the streets of Prague before launching its Kickstarter campaign at CES. Watch it and watch your back.
The duster I'm using is a prototype. It shoots a radio frequency signal designed to switch off the dusters held by enemy players. And when we switch off their dusters, we disconnect their GPS tracking. Let's have a look at that last scene again in slow motion. Paulina's duster contains a GPS GSM transceiver that represents her location as a dot on a map. When I shoot my duster, I fire an electronic bullet. You can see how many I have left at the top of the duster. And if I shoot accurately, I fire an invisible electronic signal that kills the power in Paulina's duster. Paulina's dot disappears from the map, which means she's dusted.
Wow, okay. Dust Cloud needs $100,000 by February 17th to begin shipping the $45 dusters. Not cheap, but who says childhood dreams are cheap? And now, the Social Watch. We always thought that the Firestarter music video by The Prodigy is creepy, but we never knew it's even creepier without the music. God bless you, Mario Wiener-Reuter, for creating this musical nightmare. Beer commercials are always promising the world and never deliver. It's time now for some honesty from our beers, especially those cheap domestic beers. This is what it would look like in a perfect, honest world.
It's not about the taste, it's about the feeling. The feeling of getting shitty drunk. One beer? I don't think so. That's why you and your bros are drinking domestics. Brewed in the lake of who gives a shit, from the glaciers of who the fuck cares. What did you do before you drank? Who gives a shit? You're not here to impress, you're here to get fucking shit-faced. So hey, here's to you, buddy. Now that you're unaware of your life, you can finally have the fun you deserve. Domestic. It's good enough.
Do you want beer? At least I combined the beer and the dog. Yeah. 2 hits on YouTube. And that's it for tonight. Don't forget to do the loggy log to our Twitter and our Tumblr accounts. It's TheTube24. Also our Twitter and also our Tumblr. And now for my favorite whisper. You know, the app I mentioned before? The whisper goes like this. I cheated on all my boyfriends with the man I'm about to marry. Understood it? Yeah? One man, all the boyfriends cheating. She's like, yeah, okay. Well, love. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye. Enjoy the weekend.